Good evening everybody, welcome back to a Chart Nerd Technical Analysis video. Today we will be discussing VELO, the ticker is VELO against the USDT on the 4-hour time frame. I'm going to analyze the lower time frames very quickly from yesterday's video and then move on to the weekly and look at some potential scenarios for us on the more macro perspective. So as of recent, yesterday I was talking about how we was holding these lows. We came up to create this level of resistance, which we actually got rejected from very harshly in the last since yesterday. So we came up from this low into a level of resistance at 0.017. We then had this A, B, C correction to form this higher low from this low back here on the 11th of September. We built a higher level of support and then eventually broke out. And then this level of previous resistance at 0.017 then became a level of support. We had this sort of triple bottom, eventually ran up to fill this wick in. And from this local high at 0.0199, we have then came back down and we had lost this previous level of resistance that we needed to continue holding as support. So just like we held it here and broke out, we was looking to come back here, hold it and go for continuation. But what actually happened was we'd lost this level of support and we created a rising channel. So I'll show you what this is. It means we came down to a low, we had a level of support, and we also had a level of resistance. And what it was is we came down into this channel, we rose up in this sort of rising channel into the previous level of support and met it again like we did here and came back down. We've now run into it and met it as resistance. Now we could kind of look at it as some sort of bearish flag where you've got, this is the flagpole and this was the flag. And if we do drag that down and look for the breakout from where we've actually lost support, you can see that this initial flag breakout, let me get this drawings off very quickly, 1 second, much better. So what you'll notice is that from this breakdown of this potential bear flag, we do have a technical target that brings us back down to 0.0137. Now ironically that does tie up with the previous low that we had before. So if we are in a bear flag and this was the pole, this was the flag right here into this key level of resistance that we had on the 14th of September, and now we've just been forcefully pushed down, could we be in some sort of potentially, this could be a wave 1, this is a wave 2, right now this is a wave 3, have a little wave 4 relief and then get the final push down, and then you've got this 5-wave move with inside this bear flag, this very large bear flag, or some sort of really large ABC sort of pattern where you've got an A wave, this was the B wave, and then you've just got a very, very sharp C. And all this is doing, if we zoom out, is literally bringing us back down to this key level of support. The VELO's actually been holding for a very long time. So we've actually come down and held this level since the 2nd of September. So it's nearly been over a month that we've been above this range, and it could act as a key level of support moving forward, just for the simple fact that we've held it as support on 2 previous occasions, one on the 2nd of September and the second was on the 11th. So if we do fail to sort of get back above I would say these previous highs here at 0.016 and even more so if we can't start getting back above this previous level of support that we've now fell under and are hitting our heads on, if we can't get back above the 148 region, then it would give more likelihood that we could see this level of support at 0.0137 met quite quickly and impulsively for VELO. Now I think we will see a strong level of relief at this point, and will that determine if the lows are in? I think we need to keep our eyes on Bitcoin at the same time, so I will do an update on Bitcoin tomorrow just to keep us all in the loop with that. But right now this is my sort of aim and my target for VELO, coming back down to this 13.7/13.5 range. Keeping this in mind, we're going to get rid of everything here and zoom out to the weekly chart and see what we can see. In fact, the daily as well, we'll have a look at both and see what we can see, guys. So give me 1 second and I'll get over to the other time frames. So looking at the daily time frame here, I've got the Gaussian channel on, which has been a key level of support. So I've said in previous videos, on the 27th of August we actually flipped green and into a bullish trend on the Gaussian channel. Now we use the Gaussian channel to measure levels of support and resistance, i.e. the upper band when you're coming down is normally a resistance level and the lower band is a key level of support when you're in a downtrend or retracing. And we also have the middle band here in between. So right now, and I think in yesterday's video I did point out that we had this daily Gaussian top regression band as support, which currently sits at 0.015, but today we've actually lost that. Now if we continue to close below it, it could give some more confidence that we are going to retest the lower band here, the mid band, forgive me. This is the middle regression band. You've got the top band, the mid band, and the lower regression band of the Gaussian channel. We've lost the top band, so this is giving more confidence that we come back down to the middle band for a retest. Now remember, on the 4 hour just a second ago, I was saying that 0.0137/5 was a key level of support from that bear flag. Well, what you'll notice as well is that the mid regression band actually sits at 0.0135 exactly, 13542, and that is also giving more confidence that we could be coming back down once more just to fill in this previous level of support, i.e. the ones I had on again on the 4 hour. These are the two previous support levels that we had that previously were very fruitful back in the past for VELO. So right now it looks like this middle band of the Gaussian is creeping up to that 0.0137 range, which is why I think we've also lost the top band and are coming down to this for support. So is VELO literally just trying to come back down here in some sort of correction, back down to a key range on the daily time frame, back on this key level of support, back on the mid band of the Gaussian, looking in for some sort of large ABC within a bear flag before continuing the trend here and taking out this 0.02 range? Because right now we are sort of range bound. If I get the Gaussian channel off at the moment, we are sort of stuck in this range. Let me get rid of this down here. So we've got the 0.02, which is a really tough sort of range to break out from, and we're caught between this level of resistance at the 0.02, and we've got this support at 0.013. Until it makes a decision from this point on, I'm not too sure what's going on, guys, and we just have to go with the flow. We're caught in this range, so it's all about holding. If we can come back and hold this level of support like we have done in the past, previous 2 times, fantastic. We could build some sort of triple bottom on this level of support and then get the breakout, which would be absolutely amazing. And what we could be doing is essentially coming back for a higher level of support here and just looking for the break. So right now we also have a fib target and a key level to hold, which is 0.0143. Now what you'll notice here as well is we have these candle closes in this range that we've actually just wicked to. So the fib level right now is actually being hit. So there's multiple indicators pointing out that this is nearly over. I think this correction is nearly over, and to get an opportunity as such right now from these highs where we've actually pulled back at 25, max near 27%, you know, it wouldn't have felt like opportunity back here when we had 2 days worth of correction and crashed actually 29% nearly. And what happened here is we put in a new local high. So right now we're back in that similar range where we was on the 11th of September and the 2nd of September. Is it providing the same opportunity? The Gaussian channel indicator, the mid band is indicating it. We have the 0.618 on the fib here, giving us some indications. And on the daily time frame, another indicator tying up is this daily 55 EMA, which admittedly we are actually at the moment below. But whilst we're in this uptrend, I've always told you guys the daily 20 and 50 EMAs are your friend. So when we came up here, we was holding the yellow line as support, and right now we've lost the yellow line today, and we're actually right now underneath the red. So we need to sort of see ourselves get back above this 55 EMA, which would be nice to see. But if we do see a sort of continuation and a push below here, we could have some deviation, come back to that 135 range I was talking to you about earlier on the 4 hour, and equally these two previous contacts points of support back here on the 2nd and 11th of September. If we can come down to this point, I think we would have some sort of micro small 5-wave correction. This is a wave 3. If we can come up right now and get a sort of 4 and a 5, this correction could potentially be in. We have this 30% dip or so, and then look for continuation to take out these highs. Right now, that's what looks like the game plan on the daily time frame from the Gaussian channel, the fibs, and that's how we analyze the daily. So going out to the weekly right now, I wanted to point out something else which is giving away another confluence point. It's this range right here, and this previous high on the neckline of our Adam and Eve bottom. So in many videos I've spoken to you guys, we had this sort of V-shaped recovery, which was our Adam, and we have this very nice rounded bottom, which was our Eve. And we actually broke out from that Adam and Eve, but we got very overextended from our EMAs. So we had the 55 red EMA, and we had this 20 EMA that were creeping up. We got overextended from the EMAs, tried to form a bullish cross here, but failed to do so and initially lost them. We then formed a double bottom underneath the 20 right here, broke out, and are now back above this previous level of resistance. So to get rid of it, you'll see it a bit better here. We had this previous level of resistance that we broke above before, but we admittedly failed to hold it here. So we actually lost this resistance on the 10th of June. People would have been screaming for it to hold support and bouncing here, but it didn't occur that time. It actually lost support, and we had to build another foundation right here on the weekly, a double bottom / ascending triangle, and break out. That target got met. Okay, it got met, and right now all we're doing is comfortably pulling back to this previous level of resistance in this red zone here and looking to hold it again as support. So the first time we didn't do it, can we do it a second time here, guys? Can we hold 0.0135? This is the previous candle closes. So that 0.013 region is coming up quite a lot here, isn't it? And potentially, if this is the case and we zoom in a little bit, what we can have a look at is this 1, 2, 3. Right now, we've just got this complex wave 4 pulling back to a key level of support on the Adam and Eve previous resistance, looking to hold it to get this wave 5 that could potentially take us back up to the 0.28 highs that we've been trying to get to ever since May. So we could be on the verge of just forming a complex, or in the meantime, we're in the complex wave 4 correction, just looking for a key level of support before continuation. So there's multiple signs here that are pointing to me that this is just a ripe opportunity, guys, and I don't think we have anything too concerning to worry about. If we do lose the 0.013 region and we do start coming back any deeper and negating that, the deepest we could actually retrace to make sure that this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave is valid, the deepest we can actually retrace to is the wave 1 high. So the deepest point we can retrace to validate that this is still a 5 wave potential impulsive move is in fact the wave 1 high. So we've got the wave 1 high here. This is your wave 2. We've got the wave 3. Right now we could come back as low as 0.011 before getting this breakout. So even if we do close below 0.013, which is what I'm eyeing up here on this previous high, if we close below that right now, you can see that the price is actually floating on it. If we close below it, then that could indicate we're going to come back to this double bottom for another retest of support. Actually, I say another retest. This area hasn't been back tested since we actually broke out. So since we actually got back above 0.011, you'll notice on the weekly time frame, we actually cleared out of it, and we didn't, well, initially we've had some wicks to it, but we didn't actually have a pullback. We just had 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks of impulsive moves. So right now, there's no sort of surprise to me. We're getting this sort of potential ABC correction, looking to come back down to this key level of support right here before continuation of the trend. So it's all about holding, for me, the 0.013 on this high, which is where we are at right now. You can see this is where we are now. If we fail to hold the 1-3 range, then just look for the previous wave 1 high of this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Elliott wave theory move. So it's all about holding 1-3 to 1-1 for me as support. And if we hold higher right now and we do get the bounce off of this wick that we're previously sort of retesting, if we can hold it right here, that's even better. But I do honestly think we are in some sort of potential ABC correction, looking for a key level of support on this previous wave 1 high before getting that breakout and trying to tackle out of these previous highs for VELO. So I hope you've enjoyed the content today, and it's not been too confusing, guys, because I have covered quite a few time frames. But right now it does look like we've had this double bottom on the weekly. We've broke out in this massive wave 3. Right now we're going for a complex wave 4 correction, which is between 0.013 and 0.011. Hopefully wherever it is around that area, we then get the breakout looking to retest these 0.28 highs. I hope you enjoyed the content today, guys. From Chart Nerd TA, take care. Peace out.